Hello, this is Divine Sunshine. I just got through. Hold on a second. Where does hair come from? Oh, I'm sorry. Start off like that. You're like, what the what? Yeah, it's hair. Excuse me. Okay, I just finished doing my coaching session. I call it coaching session with you all. And please make sure to go back and to look at that. It had some very good, powerful stuff that was channeled to me, and some things that I've seen as far as trends going on some of the YouTube channels, and some messages that I had, like I said, seen even on my drive to work, and some experiences that I had experienced as well. Just in life. So it's an experiential channel. I am Divine I am Divine Sunshine. I am a Divine Unisoul. I am Divine Sunshine. I am intuitive life coach. I give you the keys to union, which means keep energizing yourself into union. Let's get just started right on into it, because I already talked on the other one. That fire chat usually is pretty much 30 minutes. That went all the way to about 45. So we had a lot of things that the Spirit really wanted to talk to you about. So our main theme in which we have is compassion, Savicio, compassion. I know definitely when I had handled this and talked about compassion in one of my inner childhood wound sessions, healing the inner child, we talked about using that as far as like when we have abandonment issues, and then how to really start. I say if we were starting off with union, which means having self-compassion, like being that good girlfriend to yourself as you're going through this journey, because a lot of times, sometimes it can be very tiring. You got to be your own inner coach. You got to minister to yourself. You got to encourage yourself. That's the first thing I pick up. Second thing is you got to have compassion as far as with your other divine counterpart and what they're actually going through, because a lot of them have chosen the path that of not least resistance, a lot resistance to go through a lot of tower moments and a lot of karmic or situations and lessons that they've got to learn. And I'm looking at this, it's just like a never ending, like it's like a saga. It's like he's looking at this person here, looks like it's like I'm waiting for the light. Whatever it is almost like E.T. when he was like, E.T. phone home. It's like he's waiting for them to come and get him so he can go home. And so this is the same thing that a lot of divine counterparts, we are divine unisouls, are waiting for us to go home, or we waiting for us for something, like we waiting to union, take us to our leader, take us home. Okay, that is the overall thing. So we learn how to use compassion, and then the compassion also into the world. So we look like, to me, when I look at the card as well too, we're looking for some kind of like sign of the voice to kind of like, you know, like they said, at the light at the end of the tunnel, like when you pass on and you die and you hear the voice saying, come on son, come on home, and the light is beckoning you to go through this tunnel. This is the same thing, like to me, is like even in life, you're waiting for this, whatever this voice, this inner voice, is something to beckon you, to tell you as far as the call as to what direction for you to actually go into. So it's like it's actually calling you forth to do this. This could be the divine masculine. Also, I would say even with the divine feminine, just like the voice. Yeah, I see pink there. The divine feminine, the same thing. Analytically in the mind, since that's a man with the way of thinking, is telling you, okay, come on, won't you come on home? Let me show you the way in which you need to go. In the heart space for the divine feminine, we have true love. I already previous shuffled the cards and I have them out here. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. To me, I see this going two ways. This is, to me, it's got one column here, which almost remind me of the twin flame. To me, I'm picking up this saying how to be able to become one. So this means the oneness of within you, the union within self, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and understanding the divine love, like they say, the greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. So you learning how to love yourself. That's the greatest love of all. This is what I'm picking up with this. And so it's not even talking about the outside, because if you get your insides together, the outside is going to reflect the same thing. So this is what this is. You're moving into the energy. This is clarified by truth be told. So you really getting to the point, in order for you know that this is the greatest love of all, is Whitney Young. Whitney Houston say Whitney Young. Lord have mercy. I'm saying the same thing just like Mama said earlier. Movies talk about Whitney Houston. Sorry, this hair, I can feel it. I got some pieces that's there. There you go. Thank you. Whew. And so you get to the point that you're taking the mask off. You're getting really down to say, you know what? Let me start hiding behind or masking my emotions. Take this off. Really looking deeper into the soul, the windows to your soul, becoming very wiser about some things, and then letting the love be able to flow. This is where you are. And this, again, like I said, I see one here, and this to me represents really you concentrating and focus on yourself. The angels are really trying to guide you as far as how you're thinking, because I see the angels on the masculine side, which would mean the divine masculine, as far as the masculine within. Still doesn't have the full armor on, but still protecting the crown chakra, the crown there, which to me is, again, how you're receiving the information and the connection as well. You got your heart connection with your divine counterpart through your heart, but you also got this connection here in the crown chakra. That's how you all, well, it's the heart. It used to be you could be able to telepathically communicate through your mind, but now it's through your heart. So you still kind of like the things and getting the messages a little bit analytically. You're kind of still kind of cutting it off. You're not really at the point that you're 100%, I would say, really releasing and believing on this twin flame thing. As far as this true love, when it's saying on the outer, you still kind of like the masculine, got this military stance, like, yeah, I kind of with you, I didn't remove everything else here, but this the last man standing right here. I'm still gonna protect this. When you're talking about you deserve love, you really at this point here, you going against the current, as far as how everybody, I would say, society views it, how your own emotions is doing it, because you saying it yourself that you really feel like you deserve love. And the angels are really there with you. And like I was talking to myself about that earlier. I said, let me kind of, some people are with angels, some people are not. I am a firm believer of them. Of angels, but look at it from this aspect. A lot of times I've heard on somebody else's channel, I said that's a good aspect. The angels is nothing but another outside higher level aspect or reflection of you. So if there's certain angels that you kind of gravitate to, that's like a certain aspect of you that you really would like to be stronger in. So they almost like your not your avatar, but somebody that you would look like a hero that you aspire, or your model, and say, okay, I want to be like this Archangel Raphael or Archangel Michael. I gravitate to him because he's very protected. He's very strong. He stands in his truth. Okay, if you gravitate to him, then that would mean that that's something that you were saying, okay, that's something that I've got to embody and I've got to connect with. I got to be able to stand in our truth. I got to be able to protect and stand in what I believe as far as in this twin flame journey. So that was what would Archangel Michael would represent, that you put your whole armor on, a spiritual, and you go out there and you battle for war, for a spiritual warfare as far as what you want. So, you know, a lot of times, like I said, with the angels aspect, look at it from that one. You don't believe that, say, I look at for what they stand for. I like this angel, I like what he stands for. Then that would be something that you would connect in and say, let me bring forth that higher energy or that higher entity or what that stands for into what I'm trying to accomplish in my life. So this is it. She has the bow and arrow. She's really aimed for what she actually wants to have in life, and that's what you're getting. You're getting really at this point now, divine feminines, that you're getting laser beamed in your emotions as to it. You like, you know, like, damn it, you know, this ain't going with everything I know of. You're going against the curve. You're going against what everybody's pretty much has taught you emotionally, and you say, I'm gonna go for this. Okay. This is because you're becoming now, you're moving into the energy that you're becoming flexible. You kind of, okay, it's all right if I'm bending over backwards with this. I want this new beginning. I want this movement in this heart chakra to start happening. I want this sacral, this is orange, where I'm being more flexible into this. As I'm going in a different direction that I'm naturally used to doing. And then also in communications too, I'm being able to stand into my communications too as well. You're building blocks now, because now you're at this point that you're saying that you want to be able to stand in your emotions. You're building blocks and something more foundational that you could say, okay, one layer, like I do one step at a time, and I'll be able to build as I'm going along. Now I'm seeing something about a tower, so it keeps bringing to me about this tower. So a lot of times, some of you all have had these tower moments, like it could be good ones, which is an aha moment or some kind of way. And some kind of way you didn't use it as, okay, I learned from this lesson. I had this tower, I had this aha moment, and now it's going to help me to build and propel and push forward from this. So this is what it brought to me when I looked at this. And because of these tower moments that you didn't had, the good ones and the bad ones, it's helped you to understand to be flexible. Okay, this is where I thought it was going to be when it came to love, but that's all right. You know, I'm flexible. I can do this. And so now it's helping me to be able to have an aim as to which direction I wanted to go. Now, this is going against what I'm used to as far as in my emotions. I'm going against the current. But I'm, willing to do that because, again, like I said, I feel like I got spiritual guidance, some help to be able to do this, okay? The things, divine feminine, that you are, I'm just going to go sweep all the way through and do divine masculine. I mean divine feminine, and then I go to divine masculine. Things that you're hiding. You got downcast pride. I got to look that up. I think we had this last time, right? Yeah, sure did. Now, let's talk about what was you growing roots to. You hiding that. Okay, parasites, some kind of way. I'm thinking this, what I'm picking up is this is from the past. You feeling like some people had, maybe I always say inner child, so okay, maybe the inner child has made you feel like a lot of people had been kind of feeding off of you as well, and because whatever had been in the inner child is propelling you and is also affecting you in adulthood as far as how you look at love. Like, people taking advantage of me. So that would go back to that exploitation. So go back to the exploitation video. See what that, to me, this is popping up as that one on healing the inner child. Seeing about how, you got to stop looking at everybody looking at this public enemy number one. You got to learn how to be a team player. Sometimes that comes out where you're not a team player. You want things your way. I want it now. I want it all. That kind of way of doing that. You got to exploitation. What was some other things that I had came up with? It's just really saying learn how to collaborate. Like, really going with the flow of things instead of like you just wanted things my way or the highway. That's the effect of somebody who's been exploited as a child, and that kind of shows up like you. And another way is that you think that everybody's always out to get you, like they always taking advantage of you, and it's not that. So kind of look back at this. Some of you all, this is popping up is that this is what it's bringing to me about that. Black flower fragrance, that sometimes it, even through the ugly things that show up in your life, is still, you got to learn how to, like love is ugly, but don't throw it away. Like I said, don't throw the baby out with the bath water, because again, even in the ugliest ways that love shows up, there's a lesson in it. And I think that's what I was trying to say again about this building blocks, about this tower moment, which would be going with this about these flowers coming out of the heart chakra. It might have been ugly the way it came through, but it was always a reason behind it as to why this tower moment showed up the way it is, because it's still love, it's still beauty in it. All these is black, I think obsidian flowers or something like this they was coming out of, but at the same time, there's a reason. There's still beauty in the ugliest things. There's always a reason for things. Okay, no matter how bad they are. It's a learning lesson in that one. Let me see this very quickly. What is that downcast pride? What was that again? That's throwing me for a little loop here. Survival is a direct consequences of adaptation. We call adaptation is not the result of a subtle but consequently constructed change of ourselves, but rather a mockery of it as we strip day by day of our dignity in order to avoid conflict with the world. So okay. So again, this says surge like steam. So this is what it seems like to me. This came to me, it's pride. So you putting on like a really a fake this is what you're hiding. You're putting on a fake kind of thing, like, you know, everything is copacetic, ain't nothing wrong with me when it comes to love. I could do this, but at the same time, you kind of go into survival mode. It's like, I just do enough or whatever it is to protect myself. Because again, like I said, you got this parasite where you feel like people have been feeding off of you when you was a child. It's coming out and showing out in adulthood. Then you have these child moments that have been ugly, but you haven't been seeing it that way. So, or these moments that maybe these karmic situations that maybe had lessons that came along and you haven't liked it, but at the same time now it's showing you that it was beauty in this. And so again, like I said, these roots here, like I said, you haven't been really grounded in some things because you just really, when it comes to love, you just like, nah, I ain't gonna do it too much because I'm in a survival moment. Like I said, I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up. I won't stop, I'll keep on surviving. So you've been doing that. And, you know, or the, once I was afraid, I was petrified. We got my side. So my thing is, you said, no, I will survive. You like, you didn't close it, walk out the door. Now just turn around now because you're not welcome anymore. This is what I'm picking up. That's more so the thing that you've been saying this to a lot of them. And now you really want true love. But see, you've been playing this song all along. It's like they say, first I was afraid, I was petrified. By my side. So all that stuff. So you've been worried about that. Okay. And this is really this morning. I will survive. Hey, hey. This has been your theme song. You know, your theme that you've been blasting in the house. Like, what? I got no one bites the dust. I ain't gonna let him get my heart. You know, and you can tell, but see, this is what you end up with. Now, I think about what my friend April said. You keep on closing off to that. When the real deal comes along, your heart is so used to, like, close the drawbridge or close the gate. They can't even get in because you're so used to automatically when they come, it's like, close it, okay? Do not open. So, you know, when the real deal comes, you can't be able to open it because it goes in involuntary mode where it just automatically closes, okay? What you need to move into as far as what needs to change, some life changes is going to occur, is that you need to take the next step now. Okay, so whatever it is for you and your transformation here, and I see a little bit of purple, so that means your third eye chakra, doing that work there to open up the rest of them, because that's the overseer of the rest of them, so you can be able to see what direction that you actually want to go in. So you could be able to be, this is yellow, so that means your solar plex to be able to stand in your power. Okay, so this is what you're trying to do. You again, third eye, seeing where you are, overseeing the rest of the chakras, get them all in alignment, so you can be able to actually move into this, which is to stand in your power, which is through the solar plex. Okay, taking the next step. So to me, I would say, like, really take a time to do some imagery and visioning. Where do you want to go? Like, when you say, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? So, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love you say you give to me? Soon as you are free, was it just a lie? Where is the love? So wherever it is, where's the love? Right there. This is what you're asking yourself. this. You really are. It's like I took them on the mail and said Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. To me, that's the divine feminine saying and the divine masculine saying that to each other. Okay, this is what's happening as far as, so you got to sit down when you talk about this true love, where you want to see it and you want to know where is the love. That means you need to find out a location of how you're gonna go about this next step to get to where is the love, where it is actually located. Okay, and then you have right here spiritual growth. Yes, this is the life change that needs to happen. Okay, once you be able to take that little small step for mankind, what small step for man, a large step, big step for mankind. Once you be able, that'll be for Twin Flames, you'll be able to create this spiritual growth, which is going to help to create this ripple effect throughout the whole Twin Flame community as well. Okay, and so this to me looks like this is orange. This is really orange and pinkish in color, so we say get that high heart chakra going, and then also orange and as far as your sacral, which is how you connect with other people. So this is going to get this together and these two together as well. We see a little yellow again standing in your power, but he's also got this orange going on. So this is really the thing, all the heart chakra things going on with this. So if you want to do like some meditation things like that, you get you some heart chakra meditation, you do that, you work with that with Jupiter 1111 free thing, get that going so it can help you create that spiritual growth. So that heart chakra along with the solar plexus, the sacral and the solar plexus on this one, and then do some third eye chakra things. Those are going to help you to do what's your next step as well. You need to, once you do this, in order to get that next step with this life changes they have to do, you've got to surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us. How can hear? So you believe in magic. Whoa. So you got that. Even in the mundane aspects of life, remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. So if you're doing the traditional tarot cards, it would say right now you're working into being the magician. Okay, being able to manifest, knowing whoever you are, or you moving into being the high priestess, which again, that's you moving into that as well. Okay, so you got to remember who you are. You are the high priestess. Okay, in that aspect. Again, same colors being shown again. Look like this is the same flowers. So this is really your thing, your next step. These look like the same flowers that were exhibited here in these cards. These are different sets of cards. See, so you won't see she rigged them. Nope. Different ones. So in order for that to be able to happen, this which is called take the next step, again, you got to surrender to the magic. Okay, who you are. Do you believe in magic? Whoa. So in order for you to do that, you've got to become Christ-like. Okay, forgiveness. To me, when I look at this, it says the God of unity. Two things. God of unity, which is, again, bringing in analytically your mind. So the divine masculine set is pretty much the part that you and divine feminine has got to work the most with. To get that, got to whip that. Say, got to whip you in shape. Get yourself back in shape. So you got to whip that divine masculine part of you in shape because it's missing. It's not strong enough. Got to get that foundation together. That means you're thinking an analytical thing. How to be Christ-like. How to forgive. Okay, these people was parasites. You feel this downward cast pride that somebody had, you feel like you got to survive. First I was afraid. I was petrified. So even when they had left you, and how live you ever by my side. So I worried so many nights or whatever. How I get along. But I grew strong, and I knew how to get along. So you see me, whatever. Somebody knew. So that's the part that you want to do. That's where you really want to actually be. You want to become new, but you're not a person like from that with that spite, like she's saying in the song. It's like, okay, those people, guess what? They came for a blessing and a lesson. They weren't supposed to continue on with that. So you can't sit up there and keep on faulting that person that did X, Y, and Z with you. because they did what they supposed to do. You can't keep on faulting the divine masculine for whatever they did. And they went off with the third thing. I think about Sophia Charles. Say some of y'all are still looking. She did the reading for the collective. Say some of y'all are still looking at the divine masculine and not forgiving about him being in the third party situation. But again, like I said, they got to be up in there because they got to learn their lesson so that when they come to you, they will be able to. Wait, I seen somebody that said, I don't know that was her or somebody else. I was looking, they were saying, you know, they got to be with them because when they come back, I think it was her, say when they come back to you, and if they're in marriage kind of like situations, that they will be able to know how to, maybe it wasn't her, I don't know, whoever would know how to be able to stay in the relationship because they already know, they already got the tools for what they were in the marriage. They know that they want to be up in this marriage or this relationship with you, and they're not easily wanting to walk out the door. See, if they go on, they just like they say, go out the door. Don't turn around now, because you're not welcome anymore. So you'll find yourself saying to him, because if you had kept him in the same state that he was in before he went off into that third party situation, you probably would be saying the daggone story or saying them lines and saying it to walk out the door now. You're not welcome anymore. Yeah, so you probably would be saying that to the daggone divine masculine. Okay, but we don't want to be singing that daggone song. I survived my time with the divine masculine. Thank you, Jesus. You know, we don't want to be getting on YouTube and saying all that kind of stuff like that. That ain't our purpose. And that's why he has to go over there into them situations, because I remember when I had got a reading and the lady had said the same thing to me. So, oh, okay, I already know what's going on with him. He got to go over there because he got to learn the difference between what it is between the karmic or the whatever this third party energies is bringing to the table and what you bring to the table, to the difference, so he could be able to appreciate what you bring to the table. And I thought, oh, okay, you know, it wasn't easy pills to swallow at that time, but you know, it is what it is, and I can see what she's saying in so many words. So we don't want to be, is that Gloria Gaynor to sing that song? So we don't want to be singing no I survived. Hey, hey. No, we don't want to be singing that song. We want to just be dancing on the dance floor to say, yeah, that's the cut. But we don't want that to be saying we blasting in the house and we sitting there with our box of tissues and talk about that and go walk out. And he come in from wherever it is, from whatever situation, and you all in union, and then you find yourself singing that song because he done walked back out the door again. We don't want to go through that, okay? That's why we got to heal up all this stuff, because we say we want the true love, but we got to have the true love with ourselves first, okay? All right, then, let's go on to the divine masculine. So the divine masculine says that in his heart space, he wants to have this heart-to-heart conversation with you, okay? I'm picking up, he's saying he wants to have an honest discussion, discuss your feelings with each other. He wants to have this, but some of them are saying he feeling like, you know, some of y'all might be a little bit too like infatuation. What is it? Infatuation? It was a song like that. So anyway, he's thinking that you're going to be too much kind of like into him. Like you ain't going to really listen to him. Some of them is saying, he said like he's going to be turned off, or he's also saying, some of them are saying that I might come to you and have this heart-to-heart situation, whatever I'm saying, because I don't communicate too well, almost like my DM, it's going to feel like he's like, it's going to be kind of like standoffish, but he's like, I'm really expressing, and you may not really hear what's actually going on. You know, like how men always say, I was telling the truth, but she wanted to hear what she wanted to hear, you know. And so really when that time comes, really put I'm almost like you throwing a whole lot of scenarios at me. Hold on one second. I see them all. Just hold on. So you got one scenario of them that is coming, and the young lady or the DF is going to be so excited to talk to it. It's like, yes, dear, ooh, ooh, and they looking at you, oh, you so handsome. And then he's like, I really want to get word out, but you can't. You all fawning over me. I can't. He throwing that scenario. It's another set of them that's saying, he's saying that they might come, but then he might, with the way he presents it, you might want to kind of cut yourself off. He might seem standoffish. And so he's saying that. And then it's another, what's the other set? It was another set. I thought it was 3 of them. Standoffish. And saying that, so it's only 2. It seemed like 2. It looked like it was 3. He's like, no, I ain't gonna say nothing now because you just all, okay. So it was that, these 2. But you shouldn't thrown all of them together. That's why I ain't get it. But anyway. Sorry, that's us. In real life and in energy. So my thing is, oh, okay, now see, okay, don't start nothing. Okay, so heart-to-heart conversation. So he really wants to, he sincerely wants to do that, but he's scared about how it's going to kind of go out. Let's say this, the turnout, is that fair? How it's going to actually go. The angels is there. They kind of little, one of them is a little kind of like, I don't know. And the other one's like, I'm just listening. It's going to go well. You know, they got to learn. You know, this is what I'm picking up for this one. They got to learn. They got to learn. Whatever it is the meaning of why he wants to have this heart-to-heart thing is because he knows that in his heart-to-heart there's no place like calm. You know, you done left the light on for him. He knows that you patiently waiting for him. You know, no matter where he is, like mine sent me by Prince, I'm always in his head. It don't matter whether if he said I'm with you, if I'm with him or not with him, I'm always got his back and motivating him regardless. That's pretty much the gist of what that song is saying. And he knows this. And so he's like, I really want to have this heart-to-heart talk because I don't want you to think like you just waiting in vain. But I'm just really scared about how it's going to go off and how you're going to view it and how you're going to feel after we have this heart-to-heart talk, you know. So that's really of concern to him. He had several cards out here that he's had, and he got 4. So we had 3, he has 4. He said, I trumped you. Yes, I see you did. So he has some things that he's hiding is, you ain't going nowhere, fragmentation. So he's feel fragmented. He's really looking like, he's like, I know I got the key to what's going on to me, but I really don't have the thing as to where I'm going to be able to plug this. He sent me another thing. I get another fork in the road. Say he has a key, just like that penguin card that I have here is that I have about TwinFlames. It's really soulmate card. One of them has the key. One of them has the lock. And he's like, I know I'm holding the key, but right at this moment, I can't be able to use it. I know that the place that I am at right now is not helping me to utilize and be able to be there, to be able to unlock this love, divine feminine that you have, because you say true love and you say you deserve love. You ready to aim, point, and shoot. Most of the time when I see in these pictures that I say like the soulmate with the penguin, one has the key, one has the lock. He's like, I really ain't together. I'm so fragmented. I can't even help you right now at this point to be able to unlock what's going on with you. And so that's why it's very important for you to be able to do the work, divine feminines, yourself, and not wait on him, because he's saying, I got some things that I also have to deal with. I got the keys. Some of them I can't even unlock the things myself. He's got a lot of the masculine things, and we're mirroring, because I talked about that earlier, about the divine feminine missing some of these masculine things. You got to work on energies and chakras as well, and he has it as well. It's actually missing. He's got these wings there that's got, like, every time I see it, it looks like it's kind of dirty. So he's really knowing. I'm almost like, it to me, it's almost like a person. It's gathering dust. It's like I ain't really been able to use my divinity, be able to fly into other levels, because right now it's just gathering dust right where I am. I'm losing color, almost like that colorless angel card that I show as well. He's got also emotionally, I see flowers here that's on here. So it looks like to me not really being able to let things really blossom and take color and really have the beauty as to where he is as well. So I see this chain. He's got the key, but he has no place to unlock himself. So that's why he feels kind of unfragmented. We have, I want to see about this one, Queen of the World. I believe that because later on, I have a spoiler alert, I see the karma coming out here. So to me, this looks like, to me, the karmic, the way the karmic is acting at this point. I know at one time I did see that, and I think I did that in reading, and I'm saying that, and sometimes that's the way that the divine masculine views and sees the divine feminine. Sometimes he gets them twisted in their roles, because a lot of times when she's standing in her power and she's got this red and she's grounded and rooted in what she believes in, he looks at it in the wrong way. Maybe it reminds him of his mom, or it reminds him of the karmic, and that's not really what it is. It's like, almost like, to me, like she's Elsa Frozen, and she's like everything. Elsa, even Frozen 1, was like using the powers, didn't know how she's using it, and she's finding herself freezing everything. So a lot of times, sometimes he feels like, even with the divine feminine, she's leaving him out in the cold as well. So as the karmic is doing that, to me, again, that goes back to Queen of the World, how powerful she is. But he's also saying, I'm kind of looking at it from a different way as well. He's also bringing to me that I see this winter scene. I want to pick out at winter time, the way he's viewing the divine feminine is going to start to change. This is what I'm picking up. And he's not going to look at her as no evil. It's like a person that's like, I'm determined. Just like she said, I deserve love. This is that same look that she's got, this of determination. He's going to learn now as we're moving into that. Now, some places we've already, I don't think you got to really wait until wintertime. I think that also some places it's already snowing. Like we've experienced snow here in Chicago. So that could be now. So if now we're moving into that kind of period, and that could be now as well, or it could even we moving into winter as well. I would say that he's learning how to look at her differently. That look of, he was looking at her and say, oh, she's evil. I remember one time I had went to a event here. It was a gala, and it was a masquerade ball. And I sent a picture to my DM about with me in this masquerade ball. And he was like, I don't know where he was in his mindset. But when I sent it to him, he said, oh, you look evil. And I looked at the picture, and I was like, where the heck he get? I wish I could hurry up and find it. I said, where in the world did he get this idea that saying I looked at evil? I don't think I could find it that fast. I looked at evil in this picture. I said, what in the world would even possess him to even have said something like that? It's so far back in the thing. I had to, maybe I'll post it later on, and I'll show you what that picture is, because I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. And so anyway, so I'll try to remember, and I'll put it on the community post what I had on. And that's, I'm like, everybody else said I look cute, and he come over and say I look evil. Same thing, just like what I was saying about the divine masculine. He's going to learn that look that you give is not a look of like evil, like I'm like Elsa, I'm ready to set everything up on fire, or explode, or like freeze everything else. Say, let it go, let it go. That's frozen. That's frozen. It's not doing that. It's a look of determination. It's a difference. And then he's going to be able to notice that between that and whatever this situation that he's in with the third party situation. The way they looking at it is a determination in their own way, or whichever way we want to put it. I ain't going to put no spin about what's going on with them. But I'm just putting on with him as far as now he's understanding that you the queen of the world emotionally, and you standing in your own power. This also could be another split as far as him seeing himself, that emotionally he needs to get into this, because maybe I'll pick this up too, that he has been, maybe as a child, had kind of stood in his power as well, is emotionally, and then he was knocked down as an inner child too, as well as doing this. And so this is why he has a problem with seeing maybe women standing in their power like that, because of what had happened as an inner child. This is what I picked up with this. He's still emotionally walking around with an artificial heart. It's not really turned on. He's protecting himself. Again, we are mirroring each other. You protect yourself again. Talk about, so Yes, first I was afraid. I was petrified. Okay, you saying I will survive, and he's walking around like this because he's protecting himself too in survival mode. Okay, he's just going through the motions. He's very animated, very computerized thing of doing things. Um, Seeming like he's vulnerable. Like here, you say, "Oh, wait, his chest is exposed." If he's emotionally, but like, yeah, it is. It seems like that. But again, something about here, he's got something over the throat, which lets me know there's something he's not being able to communicate as well. Okay. And look like almost to me, almost like him, like somebody like locked the brain, the crown chakra as well. He's got some issues going on with that. He's still got some addictions going on here that is still, you can name it, karmic situations, person, place, a thing, some things that he's addicted to, that he's having a hard time letting go, and it's really causing him to like really drain him. But he's got to let death to scratchy happen. He's got to let it die. Okay, he's got to let it die in order for him to have that. He's changing. He's getting into this to the life change that he has here. I don't know why I'm hearing Jennifer. I am changing. Do 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 do. So he's changed. He needs to change his finances. These finances is the one that's helping him to create this chain, creating him to have these addictions to things, helping him not to be fragmented, to be able to set himself free. Maybe that's what this is too. The key is to set himself free to unlock some things. I said that too. And maybe also viewing the way it seems like women have a hold on him, that he can't be able to freely express himself because of these financial issues as well. Maybe he would choose a different path. Maybe he wouldn't be underneath whatever's happening with this third-party situation, the way he's viewing things. Maybe in some ways, him viewing the divine feminine look like she look at evil instead of understand what to look at determination and saying, you know what, I need to pick up that way because the divine feminine is the leader, and she's showing him, get determined about what you want. Get determined about these finances instead of looking at me and saying, oh, you acted evil, and start looking at it and saying, oh, okay, that's a skill and a technique that I need to pick up. Maybe I need to get determined until my finances turn into $100 bill to a Benjamin. You know, something like that. So this way, he's got to communicate this. Like the throat chakra is the bridge to manifestation. Start saying this, you know, like that. But I am money. I am abundance. Money flows to me with ease. Money doesn't have any problem being with me. I attract money without any effort. Wherever I go, I am money. And so money comes to me with ease. Okay? Things that is. Open up that heart chakra. A lot of heart. What is your passion? What's your desire? What kind of heart? Like I said, he's got getting to the heart of the matter. What kind of where is your heart lies? Where does this, as far as when it comes to finances, which is your desires? What kind of, like Jubilee 11:11 says, what kind of heart vibrations or energies are you throwing out in your heart when it comes to money? Because that's what's attracting to you. Okay, money, I told you, is a tangible act of love. So your money is if your money is funny, your loving is funny, your honey is funny. Okay. This causes an issue. Gotta change this. This is going to be an eye-opener for everything else there. So surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained, uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Since to me, the divine masculine says in so many ways where I'm looking here, my heart is cut off. My heart chakra. I ain't got too much here as far as the rest of the chakras. I can't really depend on or rely on these two things to tell me what's going on. But see, that's because you've been cutting this off and you've been cutting the heart off. So now you got to retrain yourself to get the body back in tune, because it seems like your body is like a living instrument for you to be able to get in tune and in touch with the things that are good for you and the things that are not good for you. Okay, how you do this? I see this. She's saying start with meditation. Okay, clearing those things. You can do the chakra work to open up those different things as far as your body. That's where you would go to Jupiter 1111 to go get those things. Or go to April Williams, Esoterica, okay, to get those things together. You know, you need to kind of clear yourself of those things, divine masculine, so you can get yourself back in alignment emotionally. This is going to actually help. Now, what they're saying about divinity here is some things is happening behind the scenes that you had no clue. You thinking you kind of closed off, but at the same time, it's helping you to open yourself up energetically, spiritually, through your energy body, angelic body, or whatever kind of things like that. So things is happening behind the scenes that you have no idea of how you're being able to transcend and to go to the next level. Okay, you're only looking at things that you can see manifested in 3D, but it's things also going on. So some things are at play. Divine masculine. So that's something that you got to trust and believe. Say, okay, these things is past this artificial heart, this addiction, queen of my world, fragmentation. To me, this is all illusions that you're dealing with. But you got to understand that these things are coming for a reason. That's the same thing, like I said about that. Now, we're mirroring each other, because I told you about the divine feminine with the building blocks with these towers. There's reasons why these towers are coming to help you. Instead of you looking at it saying this is bad, it's helping you to become this, again, where it says ugly things. Also, love can be ugly, and that can be a beautiful thing still. Same thing that you understand, and these things that you're going through here is also helping you to be able to understand that there's still beauty in you. Okay, this to me, look, this is outer, kind of like, we talk about the love, and this one here is talking about spiritually. Some about it to me feels like it's the opposite thing. The divine feminine is kind of concentrating on looking at the outside physical things of how it's affected her spiritually, and the divine masculine is looking at things spiritually and seeing how it's affecting him. Well, you got the finances too. It's yeah, they kind of mirroring still. But that's what they said. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay. Next thing is karma. So we're talking about, again, it's funny, on Facebook, my bestie, one of my besties, Donna, a debate was asking people, do they believe karma is really real? Does it exist? And most of the majority of them said yes. Got to divine things. I think about everybody saying that, and I think when I went to a session with Kathy D and we talked about that, she was like, sometimes these karmic situations that we have, we all know this is a way that once you get rid of this, then you can be able to have union. Okay, because this looks like this is something he has been daydreaming and wanting to happen in the background. But he's like, but this is my reality, but this is actually what I want. Okay, the screen turned pink. And so you got to kind of deal with this in order to get to this. It's like a person saying, you got to go through this door number 1, to be able to go to door number 2. And so that is something that he's got to really be able to deal with, which is he's got to say, he's got to tell her, go on now. You're not welcome anymore. You got to tell them to walk on out the door. With this third party situation that's going on. Third party situation, person, place, a thing, again, don't have to be actually manifestation of actual person. The job, working too many hours could be that. Family members could be a karmic situation. Place where you live could be a karmic situation. So all of these things are things that you got to keep in mind as well when we talk about karma. And according to this, the divine masculine, he's got to finish out whatever that contract is. It's got to do with this karmic lesson in order for him to be able to move on. Okay, divine masculine, that's right. You told me, I told you I won't see. These are the cards. I already pulled them. I forgot. Okay, these are the cards already to know what's the energies that we're moving towards. This is what this is specially requested by the divine masculine. He said you need to add this in. So we have this card, which is the Empress. The Empress card. Okay. That's a major arcana. We got the Lovers. Another major arcana. Okay. And we got the swords, 4 of swords. Woo-wee. This touch that made me want to touch myself. Okay, all right, let me stop. Okay, here we go. 4 swords. We're going there. Okay, let's do the 4 swords. Let's see. Melody, come to the be more like it. It's the melody. Are you here? I was saying to you today. Okay, you here? Okay, thank you. It's the melody. All right, I know you won't be here when I say this. All right, here we go. Masturbating. The magic of black pepper. Excitement allows you to overcome a lack of affection. However, if this should continue, you will have to seek forgiveness and not punish yourself excessively for your errors. This is this again. This lack of affection. This comes back to the divine feminine. And this comes back to the divine masculine as far as how he's viewing the feminine or his emotions. So we're moving from the thing of not being, as Carl Thompson, I'm emotional and I can't let go, but I'm trying to hold on to you. So that part, emotional. So you're emotional, you're not emotional enough. That's what it's saying. So we got to move through the forgiveness. I talked about that earlier with the divine feminine. Forget about what had happened earlier. Talk about the survivor stuff. And I told you, again, with the divine masculine, him, he's walking around with this artificial heart, looking at women, getting the wrong point of view of what's going on, these addictions that's going on here. Something is happening behind the scenes. And we got to work at this forgiveness and stop this punishment, because this is what it looks like to me. I see a punishment, like you just for gluttony, you know, that part, you doing that. Or also with this one, that you belong over here, doing this here, parasite, letting people use you, okay, looking at things in the wrong viewpoint, okay, and then also this here, with this downcast pride, survival stuff. You got to watch that. Next thing we have is Empress. Okay. Empress, Major Arcana. Yeah, I knew you weren't going to stay for that one. I'll stop about that. Okay, here we go. The Empress, invitation. The magic alphabet. The prerequisite of magic is thought. Once put into action, the idea generates reality. Okay, we just talked about that, about the magic being there. Then I say about the magician, moving into that. I talked about that earlier. Okay. What's that? Yeah. That was that. This is, the magic. Here it is right here. I know I talked about magician. Okay, so surrender to the magic of who you are again. Same thing. The divine master got to do that too, to get out this 3D situation that he is, knowing that he's magical. And you do too. In order for you to have this true love, you got to do the same thing. You got your shield right there. I see a seashell there, which is listen to the ocean, which to me the ocean would be water, which means listen to your emotions. Listen to see what is it actually saying that. You got a serpent here. Serpent again is like you being able to get control of maybe those thoughts. I think about like in the Garden of Eden, the things that they, like the difference between good and evil, learning to know the difference. That's why I say you got to use your emotions there. I see the eyes on the prize. Right there, I see a trophy with a man with water coming out. It almost reminded me of like sign of Aquarius there too. Remember there again, like we said, we go into the age of Aquarius where things is different. We got to watch our vision. Like they said, understanding where we want to go. And we got the two birds here, like love birds, maybe shielding your love, shielding your twin flame journey as to where you want it to actually go. She's got a spear in hand, so that means you got to really be able to have this choice of weaponry to be able to kind of deal. And that's like your staff of authority, like really standing in your power as to who you are, and let your emotions be able to flow as well. This is what I see in this picture. And then we have here the lovers. It's interesting, but we got 3. Torn between 2 lovers. Which one do I choose? Okay, here we go. The lovers. All right. I'll just say, here we go with this third party mess. The lovers. The red magic of the plants. Nature is an unerring guide. Plants, animals, and examples to be imitated. Magic perfume seduces and sustains us in important sentimental choices. Okay, so when we're talking about third party situations, person, place, or thing, we're really talking about, as far as when I look at this card, is where does our passion lie? Where's the fruits of our labor? How are we letting beauty that's all around us show up? Because I see this like the card, like the attraction card. And how I say she's learning how to smell the roses, which means even in this situation with this third party situation that you have, you know, person, place, a thing, don't have to always be a person, that you're learning this lesson with, that you contractually say you want to go through so you can become a better person for your divine counterpart. And we're not just talking about the man here, but analytically in your mindset, this is the energy that we're going through. You have choices. However, we have one person more naked than the other. And then we have another one that's really looking really covered, and, you know, kind of like almost like like Apollonia 6. I'm a sex shooter, shooting off in your direction. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, kiss the gun. So we got that going on. And it's, to me, when I look at this, for her to be so covered, she's concealing something. Then we have the one that is completely vulnerable and naked, and it looks like she's saying, I'm shielding myself from what is actually all going on. And she's vulnerable. It's almost like, won't you protect me? But he's looking at the other person, which to me will represent the third party energy. However, if you look up at the top, we see Cupid's arrow pointing towards this way. So that would be like in some ways where the divine power is more so saying, I am more saying the one that's next to you is actually the direction that we really are pointing you in the direction to go. And that goes for the divine. That goes for the divine feminine. And that goes for even the divine masculine as well. Pop, so I got confirmation. When I read this, it was saying, even through this third party energy that's being presented here, the divine feminine is learning how to be vulnerable. And the divine masculine is learning how to look at things for what they are, no matter how the illusion of how extra she's presenting herself, which means the third party energy. You know, you might have been tempted by all the flash and dash of whatever that job that you staying there 12 hours. You say, but I'm going to make more money though. Or the house that you found yourself in, you know, say, ooh, I'm going to be an envy of everybody because I'm out here in the suburbs. I'm living the life or whatever it is. But then at the same time, you're like, what price did I pay to get out here? And then also with the divine feminine and the situation that she's had and she's experienced, and she's saying, I've been survived. She felt herself being very naked and vulnerable through it all. However, while you're going through these third-party situations or these karmic situations, you have learned how to be able to smell the roses and see the beauty with where you are all around. And then you being able to learn how to attract the things that you need that are really, truly, naturally beautiful. That's why I say pay attention to the plants. The plants will help you to understand. So that means, again, get in touch with nature, or get in touch with the true nature of who you are in this situation, and really become the true lovers that you're meant to be. Okay? That's what I pick up from that. That's the energy that we are moving towards. What is the divine, oh, my eyes, God, I almost feel like taking that out. Okay, clear. What is the divine, what is the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine? Ooh, that's quite a bit. And what does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? Yeah, that's why I got to get them. This is not working for me. Whew. Okay, I think this is like, I got one thing to say. I ain't got to take all day with her. Okay, divine feminine says to the divine masculine, a masculine. Honesty is essential to be a loving person. It's important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. So this heart-to-heart talk that he wants to have, this is almost showing out here that she's like, okay, be honest, but kind of watch how you say it, because he looked like he kind of like checked in and checked out a little bit, and maybe he might say things in a kind of like curt way, but that's not the way he want to do it, because, you know, a lot of times, sometimes they don't know how to communicate, divine masculines, and they kind of coming from that space. She says, be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. So that's what he wants to have, that heart-to-heart talk, but she's saying, keep that in mind too. Be your authentic self, especially when he say, I feel fragmented, the way he viewing things. He having this artificial heart. He's addicted. He don't know things that's happening behind the scenes. Okay, he got to learn how to really surrender to the wisdom of his body. You know, this third-party situation. And his finances is making him act some kind of way that he's not. Okay? That she's saying, and then focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. We talked about that. That's this going on. And he's got to learn how to be able to distinguish that. And his body is going to kind of really tell him that. Okay? Sound like say, my mind tell me no, but my body tell me yes. I don't want to hurt nobody. Well, some of them might ask for sex. I don't know, because I told you a lot of times, sometimes when they do that, that helps them to plug in and see where you are. It helps to heal them as well, so he can kind of really get a good sense as to where he wants to go. So if that does happen, that's up to you how you want to go about that. But I would say don't be surprised if that might be something that next step thing that he might ask to as well. And he says to you, Divine Master says to Divine Feminine, actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. Again, like I said, I picked up that could go another way. You might say express your love through your body. Okay? That'd be another way too, but then also your actions. So like he's saying that maybe in this way he wants you to, he said, I might come to you this way, but then I still want you kind of see how attentive she's into him. He wants to see that kind of happen as well. Like, don't be no standoffish when I see you. Like, you acting like this, and you and your masculine, which throws me into my feminine, and I'm all this and this, and you like, that's nice. Can you step back a little bit? Thank you. Okay, thank you. You a little too close. Yeah. You a little too close. You stay right there. Stand right there. Back up, back up, back up. So, you know, keep those things in mind. All right, so that is the end of the current energy read for this week. I will be doing my inner childhood, healing the inner child class on guilt. That will be on, and it's another topic, and I cannot remember off the top of my head. I'll put it down in the comment section. Guilt on this Monday, which would be 11/11 at 11 a.m. I thought that would be cute, although I was supposed to do it this Saturday, but I got to take my dog to the vet for a follow-up visit, and I had scheduled it on the same day I was supposed to be able to do my class, but I said, okay, my baby comes first, and then I got to handle some things too with the eyes as well to see what's going on. So we're going to get all that stuff checked out and seen. So until next time, and if you like my shirt as well, you can go to Divine Unisouls11.co and order you one. And if you want any other kind of other stuff, products that I have to offer, go there and hit and look up at my website as well. If you want to book a reading too, you can do that as well. You can find all that good info right there on my site. All right, until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste. Namago. Love you.